100,000 years. And we were playing various sequels to this game that haven't been released yet. I think that's the right level for the volume, but do let me know if there are any audio issues. I'll do my best to fix them. And we're sort of making a pansexual flag, except we're not, because these two colours are the wrong way around. But there are 3 chains of levels, and we did all of the pink chain. We got a bit confused on this level. We went over to these levels, which the game took a rather unexpected turn and has turned into a point-and-click adventure game. So we have a couple more of those still to do. So I'm going to start off with that. We have Murder on the Midnight Steamliner as the next level. It's supposedly World of Goo 17.
I catch the last train out of the city. All aboard the Midnight Steamliner. It cuts its way out of the city like a neon blade to the outskirts. A ramshackle smear of strip malls and cheap motels that splatter out of the city like an exit wound.
Well, we're on a train. And a goo ball in a locker. I wonder if the developers have ever made a game like this, or if they're planning to make a game like this and this was just practice for them. Because I would definitely enjoy a game with this art style. Whether or not it was World of Goo themed. Okay, we're opening a lot of cupboards. Oh, there were goo balls in that one. Okay, that's as far as we can go, looks like. Oh, we can search this as well.
The air is thick with the haze of sparkler smoke and the acrid stench of decaying seat leather.
I'd ask that you leave me be, sir.
The train rattles along
Okay,
the
then.
tracks, its rhythmic thrumming a steady counterpoint to the staccato bursts of rain against the window. I can't shake the feeling I'm being tailed, that someone is watching me.
Well, I don't think you're being followed. I think we would have noticed if there was someone behind us.
Here you go, you poor old thing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, that's all I have.
I stalk through the carriages, searching for Dmitri Konyak. I'm not sure what exactly I'm looking for, but based on Misty's description, I figure I'll know him when I see him. All I know is that Konyak is a dangerous man whose charisma is inescapable.
I'm late. Here you can have these. I'm fresh out of goo.
Everyone's so keen to give us their goo balls today.
A chill runs up my spine. Something isn't right, but I press on.
Oh dear.
Whose kid is that?
Good question.
Hey, mister, you look funny.
Whose kid is that?
I have no idea whose good it is. It's not my problem. Aha. The rather large gentleman, it would appear.
This must be him. Dmitri is a hard man to miss. He's sitting in a dimly lit booth, accompanied by a stunning woman who looks me up and down as I approach.
Well, go on then. Don't just monologue to yourself. Now let's hear what's rattling around in that pretty little head.
Dmitri is a large man, robust, spilling out of his seat, a relic from a time when indulgence was a luxury. His substantial girth, once a symbol of opulence, now hints at the sins he must have savored. The man is immaculately groomed, his mustache adding a touch of rugged sophistication.
Well, thanks. I enjoyed my sophisticated
He's literally narrating out
I knew
loud.
my monologuing would get me in trouble one day.
Finally, something interesting is about to happen. Come sit with me, Hanson. Let's wait for it together.
What's gonna happen?
Come sink your teeth into a buttered roll.
Maybe I
Cognac's
don't want
voice,
to.
a resonant basso profundo, was the sturdiest thing on this rickety train.
The secret to the perfect piece of cake is carefully slicing it to just the perfect size. Enormous. You look tired. Has it been a long night?
I'm looking for someone.
You've been talking to Misty.
How do you know? Did she call you?
Do you see a telephone? You've brought your past with you. Every line under those cute little vodka bottle glasses. That cloud of Misty's perfume you waft him here with. I always told her she wore too much.
I hope my acquired scent didn't disturb the other passengers.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. It's my job to move like a shadow in the night, to not be seen or smelled.
It doesn't matter because there is no one else on this train.
Of course there are, Cognac. I talked to lots of passengers in the carriages before you.
Ghosts. They're all ghosts. Did you try the ham?
Wait, are you saying this is a ghost train?
Wouldn't that be a thrilling story? No, this is not a ghost train.
I'm not sure I understand.
Pick someone. Anyone on the train you think you make. That woman with feathers in her hair. That man with a freshly pressed suit who looked nervous in the second car. Where are they going? It doesn't matter. Are they going to work? What would happen if they didn't go? Nothing. Nothing would happen. The train would still arrive on time. Their workplace would hire someone else. The papers would still get photocopied. Ghosts. Every one of them. Gruyere.
Dmitri, how long have you been riding this train?
Maybe I've been on this train for 200,000 years. Or maybe I didn't exist until you trotted through that door over there. The more interesting question is, how long am I going to be here?
Well, the end of the line is coming soon.
What is it you really want to ask? And you simply must try the salami.
Thanks, Dmitri, but I couldn't possibly. I'm looking for a different kind of sustenance tonight. I'm looking for someone.
Yes, I see. Quality sustenance comes at a price.
Misty asked me to give this to you.
And what did you say your name was?
Spanner. Cliff Spanner, private detective.
You seem to have captured my attention, Mr. Spanner. How may I help you?
Rusty Blackwood, heir to the Blackwood Oil Company, is missing. I understand he may have interacted with you.
Rusty Blackwood. The poor fool got tangled up in something stickier than he could handle. He stumbled onto some secrets, dangerous ones.
Tell me everything, Cognac. Spare no detail.
Rosby had evidence. Documents that could bring the whole charade crashing down.
Charade? What charade? How did you... I mean, how could someone in your professional occupation...
My occupation opens a lot of entrances, Mr. Spanner. My real business is secrets.
I need more, Cognac.
So do I. I'm all out of time. I'm in wine.
Tell me where I can find Rusty.
Careful, Spanner.
This isn't my first case, Cognac. Tell me where I can find Rusty
Your
Blackwood.
entire life has led to this very moment, sitting across from you right now.
We're running out of time.
To find the man you're looking for. To find Rusty Blackwood. Here's exactly what you need to know.
Well, that's not good.
Cognac, stay with me. I need to know.
Sunshine, Spanner. You need to find the sunshine. Take this.
Sunshine? I don't think she's streaming at the moment. Well, we found all the goobles, is the good news. So I think we just have one more level left in this point and click adventure game within a physics puzzle game, which I was not expecting and is turning out to take up quite a big proportion of the game in just these 4 levels. They're a lot longer than anything else. So yeah, I guess this is going to be the concluding part. Dark Knight at El Sol.
Even here, at the edge of civilization, the streets glisten with black ooze seeping up from below. In every direction there are forgotten lots and buildings, tucked away, left behind, like bad memories.
Harry says the point and click is great. Yes, it's just... it doesn't really fit with the rest of the game. It's an odd place to put it. But yeah, if the same devs made a full game like this, it would certainly be worth playing.
These might come in handy. I'll be stuck here for a few hours until the train resumes service back into the city. Dmitri Cognac's final words echo in my head. Sunshine, sunshine. Could Sunshine Power be responsible for the disappearance of Rusty Blackwood, heir to the Blackwood Oil Company?
What was that, amigo?
Could a company that produces cheap, clean energy really be guilty of homicide, of cold-blooded murder?
Look, man, I get paid $4 an hour. Hurry up and order, will ya?
Could Sunshine Power have assassinated an heir to their rival? Well, that would be too dark, too twisted, even for this city. The explanation was probably something simpler, something more elegant.
Bro, what sunshine? It's always night in this city. It's always raining. Are you gonna order or what?
Sorry. Yeah, I'll have a grande burrito and, oh my god. Like a flash of lightning piercing the night sky, it hit me. The answer I'd been seeking. The truth about Rusty Blackwood. This is going to shake the very foundation of the city.
I mean, it's just a burrito, bro. $16.99.
That's rather a lot for a burrito.
Oh yeah, we're also running a special. You can take these too.
Thanks. Hang on, I haven't looked over here yet.
A lone figure mops gleaming puddles infinitely towards the horizon.
It's that guy
Just
again.
another part of the scenery.
No, it's the same guy.
The only sign of life is an all-night Mexican food stand. A place called El Sol. Lately, I've had a taste for trouble and a knack for finding it. But tonight, I've got a taste for a burrito. An animatronic cactus stands beside me wearing a sombrero. Gotta shield yourself from the moonlight, I guess. It seems out of place and out of time, but fitting for a city that lost its way a long time ago. In this town, even the plastic cacti have a story to tell.
Okay, I think that's everything we can click. Well, we found all the Googles in each level. Does that mean we win? Okay, so we need to complete this one in order to get to the end, I think. Hello, Zelda Who? Oh, come in. So we actually looked at this level last time, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I figured it out. This thing only goes up and down. You can't actually move it across like you could in the other windmill level. And you actually have to hit the golf balls into the windmills and then from there into the pipe. The tricky part is we only have 6 and we have to get 4 of them in, so if we make too many mistakes we lose. Let's give it a go. Hello, Auntie Zara. Welcome in. Good to see you. Auntie Zara says good evening. Auntie Zara is a very good friend. A lot in the streams. So this is just going to hover here. We can't move it, but what we can do is try and get the golf balls into. Yeah, see, not do that. If we angle it right, the balls should go into the windmill. I am not angling it right. Let's try that again. There we go. Auntie Zara says, I'm very excited to sit and relax in your stream tonight. Cozy Sunday evening, thank you for streaming. No problem, Zara. This might be a fairly short stream, but I'm glad you're here. Right, I don't think we have to hit the pipe exactly, we just, yeah, if you get close enough it sucks the ball in. So we just have to do that 4 more times and not lose more than 2 in order to beat the level. So, there we go. You can probably shoot more than 1 into the windmill at once, but I don't really want to deal with that. I think I'll just do 1 at a time. So nice of you to stop by, Auntie Zara. Ooh, okay, that wasn't where I was aiming, but we're there. Two. Three. Oop, no, missed that one. If we miss on this first one, we do get to try again, but if we miss on the second one, it doesn't come back. Oh, no, okay. Missed those. That again. Nope. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we got another one. I might as well continue and see if I can get all 6. Not sure what the time challenge is to get a flag on this level, but we're definitely not going to meet it, I think. Oop, no, hang on. No, that one's gone. Do I get a rewind or not? No. Are there not any... I'm sure I saw a time bug earlier. I don't see any now. Okay, maybe we can still get 5. No, okay, let's just settle for 4. Okay, yeah, target time 42 seconds. As you can see, I'm very slow at this game. Yeah, I thought I saw one earlier as well. Anyway, look, we've lit up the final... We've completed the out of order pansexual flag here. And that's unlocked the final level. Which is Sunshine. Okay. Where are we now?
A ravishing red roadster radiates in resplendent contrast to the glistening green grounds of Sunshine Power.
Okay, we're at the Sunshine Power headquarters. I did wonder.
The headquarters of Sunshine Power rises out of the pavement like an emerald monolith, sparkling in the night. A gleaming green monument to nature, growth, renewal, and wealth. As I step into the opulent lobby of Sunshine Power's headquarters, a sense of unease washes over me. Rows of potted plants stretch their leaves toward brilliant lights.
Well, I approve of all the botany. If I had headquarters of an evil corporation, I would try and make them look like this as well.
Glossy posters adorn the walls, all of them boasting about Sunshine Power's clean energy and sustainability initiatives. Smiling, idyllic families holding hands and frolicking in green meadows. There's something off about it all. Even in this gleaming lobby, there's darkness lurking around the edges, like the never-ending night outside is creeping in. My eyes, still aching from the gleaming lobby, adjust to the muted grandeur that surrounds me. I step out of the elevator onto perfectly polished tile and cringe, thinking about the grime and sludge that my shoes are tracking in. At the end of the hallway is a set of massive wooden doors, into which is carved the image of the sun, radiant and resplendent, its rays emanating in all directions. I step into a palatial penthouse suite. A bank of towering windows look down over the twinkling lights of the city. A wide desk of burnished mahogany, behind which a lone figure sits, their back to me in a high-backed leather chair.
Of course they are. Okay, can't click on any of those.
The high-backed chair spins around slowly, and a face emerges from the shadows. A face I had expected, despite my hope that somehow I was wrong. Miss Blackwood.
I thought I told you to call me Effie.
Effie.
Mr. Spanner. I'm surprised it took you this long.
I should have seen it sooner.
How did you figure it out?
Auntie Zara, thank you so much for subscribing. That's incredibly generous of you. I really, really appreciate it. As a subscriber to my channel, you get to enjoy my emotes, including all these lovely flowers. I hope you like them.
In a city of endless night and constant rain. Sunshine, Effie. Sunshine is a rare sight.
Yes, Cliffy.
And yet here we have sunshine power, somehow generating unlimited energy from the sun. The sun that never shines. Oh, it's a great story, isn't it? It makes us feel warm. It makes us feel good, doesn't it? But it's an illusion. A mirage.
I can see you're enjoying this.
I figure sunshine power is nothing more than a clandestine subdivision of Blackwood Oil, designed to deceive environmentally conscious customers and the city regulators. It was never meant to provide clean energy, only the appearance of clean energy.
And my brother, Rusty?
Your brother figured out this filthy secret, and he threatened to expose you and destroy the family business. And you, Miss Blackwood, to protect your family's legacy, had your own brother killed. No, it wasn't you who murdered Rusty, Miss Blackwood. In fact, it wasn't a person at all who murdered Rusty. It was the weight of family legacy.
You missed your calling, Spanner. You should be writing for the pictures.
Tell me, Miss Blackwood, why did you hire me?
Auntie Zara says, very happy to be here and your streams are pure joy. Well, thank you, Zara. That's a lovely thing to say. Auntie Bago says, exactly what kind of nefarious deeds would Emma's evil botany corporation get up to? Inappropriate seed bombing? Well, we'd think of something. Probably, we would concentrate our efforts on trying to stop anybody who was causing habitat loss. Assassinating world leaders who fail to push through climate change legislation. People who overdevelop urban sprawl. Yeah, we could make a very evil botany corporation if we wanted to, I think. Hello, Piper. Welcome in. It's good to see you.
What can I say? I was in the neighborhood and I needed a light.
You used me to tarnish Rusty's good name. To cast aspersions about his association with Misty, with Cognac. You wanted me to...
Cliffy, hush. It's not as complicated as all that.
So what then?
Yes, you're right. Rusty's dead. I had him pushed into a vat of oil, pulverized, turned into a few kilowatt hours of energy, and fed back to the city. It was the most he'd ever contributed to anything, really.
Why? Because he found you out?
The truth is, Cliffy, there's only one thing I didn't expect. That I would...
Okay, guys. It's time to clean up.
Can I help you, sir? You're not supposed to be a...
Effie, are you okay?
So what's your name, pal?
Cliff Spanner, investigator.
Well, yeah, you're playing as Cliff Spanner right now. Good work, by the way. It's one of the less common endings. The private eye doesn't make it out of the lounge. Too many distractions.
Listen, buddy, what's going on here? What happened to Miss Blackwood?
Right, Miss Blackwood. You know how these things go. This is where she confesses. She confesses to the crime, she confesses her love, blah, blah, blah. The fun is all the stuff before. I always skip the denouement.
Excuse me.
What are you talking about?
Take a look out there, Cliffy. See that city? It was built for you. Well, not for you. It was built for you. Like I said before, what's your name, pal?
I already told you. I'm Cliff Spanner, private investigator.
Yeah, the private eye is always a little thick. Hang on. Let's force quit this scenario.
Oh, Cliff, I need help. You see, it's my fourth husband. He's missing. Cliff, won't you please help me, please?
Dang it. Hang on.
Our credit card machine isn't working, so you'll need to download the app.
Bah, wrong again. God, help me. Blast it all. Okay, this has got to be it. Now we're talking. Cheers. So, tell me, how are you enjoying World of Goo 17? The Black Stain?
Who are you? I saw you outside my office,
And outside the lounge and on the train? Yeah, I get around.
what's going on?
You and me, we're in World of Goo 17. It's a pretty good sequel. A little off-brand, maybe, but heck, I'm biased.
Sequel?
Yeah, I know. Some of the sequels were terrible. World of Goo 21 wasn't even a game. It was just a program that generated gameplay video. Infinite generated content you could stream on your streaming platform to your fans or whatever forever. You could be a content creator without the inconvenience of having to create...
This is getting a little self-referential.
You're not a cleaner?
I'm just another filthy player, just like you. Or I used to be anyway.
What do you mean?
I'm just a fan of the World of Goo games. There were so many sequels. They really milked that franchise, didn't they? Haha.
Well, yeah, I thought I was playing World of Goo, too.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. They still had some good ideas back then. I bought all the sequels, even the terrible ones. I'm a completionist, you could say. I like to be comprehensive.
How many sequels were there?
It looks like you've been playing some of them. I guess I'm more of a curator these days. I've made all the sequels available to play here. I think World of Goo 6, 9, and 11 are still working up there. Did you enjoy Ghoul? It was so stupid, but in a good way, I thought.
What do you mean? You used to be a player.
These games came out a long time ago. Not much of the world is left from back then. I didn't think people were even around up there anymore, until you showed up. But I think I've helped keep this franchise alive and more or less playable.
So how are you talking to me now?
It turns out World of Goo 17 was Turing complete, so I programmed myself into the game. It wasn't my favorite sequel, too wordy for my taste, but it let me live forever, so I rate it 4 out of 5 stars.
I'm sorry, that means the real you died. I mean, a long time ago.
Yes, I expect so. How about you? What's your name, pal?
I was playing World of Goo 2, and suddenly the game said I was in World of Goo 17, and made me Cliff Spanner, so I just played along.
I've played World of Goo 2 hundreds of times, and that's not what happens. What chapter are you in?
Yes, it is.
In Chapter 4?
Chapter 4 in World of Goo 2 is supposed to be set in a television animated series spin-off.
I guess I just thought you were like the wacky character in World of Goo games that you meet near the end of the 4th chapter.
This isn't right.
So, cleaner or curator? What do you really look like?
Are you sure you want to see?
I'm glad you visited.
It must be lonely here, spending eternity inside the 17th sequel.
It's been a long time, but the art in 4 or 5 of the scenes is pretty good. I like to hang out in some of them.
I don't think I would want to live forever inside a noir-themed sequel.
I eat a lot of late-night burritos.
Thank you for keeping the world of Goo sequels alive and playable after all these years.
It was my pleasure. As long as this computer remains powered on, I will continue to live forever and keep the memory of these games alive.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, maybe there is one thing.
Sure, what is it?
Well, I made some World of Goo fan fiction
Oh,
levels,
no.
but nobody has ever played them. Do you want to play one?
Sure.
Oh, great. I hope you like them. Just walk that way.
Okay, this is the most self-referential video game I think I've ever played. What happens if I go this way? Oh, nothing. Okay. I was not expecting a lot of this. Oh, whoops. You idiot.
Hello? Sorry I tripped on this power cable. Is that bad? Is anyone there? Okay, I'll just plug this back in again.
End of chapter 4, apparently. You have a visitor in the west. Well, okay, that's not how I expected that chapter would end. I don't think that I could possibly have anticipated any of that. It was. Well, it wasn't a physics-based puzzle game like the rest of the game is supposed to be. But it was certainly an interesting addition. Let's have a look at chapter 5. Okay, I think we might be back to actual World of Goo levels now. Sorry to drag everybody back to building things out of goo balls. Upward trajectories. Auntie Zara says such a different vibe to the rest. Yes, it is. Okay, well at least we're getting to play with the this stuff again. I do like the addition of the tentacle monsters and the liquid goo and stuff. None of this stuff was in the first game. Log 2. After all these years, the world has changed. Even in frozen sleep, so have I. Everything is different than I remember when I was a kid. Unable to land, insufficient surface, dispatch. Okay. Right, well what are we doing then? Where are we going? Ah. Okay. Doing a thing, apparently. So I guess we're going to do this. And then this. And then this. And then this. And then this. Ah, but this is not going to... Quite sure what we've created here. The goo only goes into the translucent pipes, so nothing's going to happen here unless we can... Oh, we can remove some balloons and this guy will fall down. I guess that's what we need to do. There we go. Well, except that the goo balls are going to fall out there and not here, where they need to fall out. Let me restart this. I think maybe we need to adjust these so that they're higher up. If I take a balloon off this one and put it on this one. Oh, is it attached to the cloud? Yeah, hang on, it's attached to the cloud. What's going on? Do we need to make this longer? Which we can do like that. Oops. Not like that though. That's a good example of what not to do. I think we need to make it long enough so that this guy can reach that guy. What I think we need to do. Sorry, excuse me. And then maybe angle this to get the goo balls onto there as well. Just for good measure. Yeah, sorry about that. So we need to build up a chain of these, each of which can reach the one before it. Oops, and not keep doing that. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, can this reach? This still can't quite reach, by the way. Maybe if I take a balloon off here as well. Now can it reach? Not quite. See about this. Let me make this longer. Can this still reach here? Okay, yeah, that one can still reach there, so that's... Move this ball over here. And then... this one longer. As long as you can still reach you. Okay, yeah, you can reach there. So far so good. Now we need to make this one longer. Oops. Bit hard to aim the mouse on these sometimes. Don't want to drop any. Okay, we can go a bit higher than that. Okay, so yeah, you can reach you. You still can't reach up there though, so we need to borrow some balls from this one to make this one longer. Okay, now that one can reach That one can reach that one. That one can reach that one. That one can reach that one. And this one can reach that one. So hopefully... And then, yeah, these reach over here. Okay, now we've woken this up. Now we should be able to build up to the pipe. Bring our friends to help. Because we need to collect 80 goo balls, so we might as well get as many as we possibly can. I think we can save these guys as well. In fact, we could use these guys to build the tower. Then we can deconstruct it afterwards. I shouldn't have shouldn't have dropped that other green guy in here. I'm not going to be able to find him. Oh well. More. We can use a balloon as well, actually. Help support this. Okay, looks like everything has finished coming now, actually. This is... This would be very tedious, but if you absolutely wanted to max out this level, you could slowly dismantle every one of these. And bring each of the green goo balls across to the final section. That would be very, very tedious, though, and I'm not going to bother. But that would be like the optimal way to beat this level, I think. Let's just bring a couple of them. Also, there's a countdown. I don't know what that countdown is doing. Does that mean we need to win before the countdown expires? It does. Okay, let me just use some of these. There we go. I don't think we've still got 80 of them. Oh, no, that's only 53. Yeah. You have to win before the lava comes out. That was only 60 though. Where are the rest of them going to come from? Try again. I don't see how we save more than that unless we literally dismantle every one of these one ball at a time. But that would be really, really tedious because... and also you wouldn't be able to do it in time with this timer running. So I am confused. I'm a bit confused here. I'll give it one more go. We might as well set this up as we're going, to be honest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the challenge is just to get this into here. Ben says, did you say you have to collect 80 balls? Yes. Sorry, I put my face cam on the wrong side for this game. It tells you in the bottom left how many I need to collect. And I only got 60 that time, and that wasn't enough. I'm not sure where to get the others, unless you painstakingly dismantle each of these. But if you do that, unless I'm just doing something wrong, I don't think I can scroll all the way over here, pick one goo ball off of here, scroll all the way back to this tower, and then repeat that 20 times before this timer expires, which starts as soon as this hits there. Well, it's not. No, there's already a bunch here, and this thing shoots out goo balls when you feed it liquid goo, so you get to 60 for free. It's how to get past that, I'm not sure. Okay, that's not quite enough. One can be longer. Keep doing that by mistake. There we go. Nope, that's slightly too high now. Hang on, need to raise this one. Stop doing that. Difficult to click the one you want sometimes. There we go. Right, now you just need to shoot that one. You need to shoot as far as you can. Wait those up. I don't want to use the balls provided here to build the tower because you can detach the green ones to recover them after, but you can't detach the other ones. But yes, I think this cannon only shoots a fixed number of balls across because it's not shooting any more now. So this is all we've got to work with, and there's not 80 there. Maybe I need to bring the rest across now before I get too close to this. It's not woken up yet. How would I retrieve more than one from these without the whole thing flying away? I guess I can take the balloons off. There we are, we got both of them off that one. This just seems like a bit of a tedious way to complete the level. too many. Trying to have it so I can grab... Okay, well I can grab 2 of them. Still not very many. Oh, oops. We can maybe fix this with a balloon. Oh no, we can't fix it with balloons because it's at the edge. I think I'm just going to say I don't understand this level. Why the balloons now? Yeah, see that started the timer. There's no way I can get 20 more green balls from here and back again before this timer expires. Just don't think that's possible. So I don't understand this level. Like that's still, yeah. It's going to be about the same as it was before. Or even less. Yeah, okay. I don't understand that level. Sorry, everyone. That was anticlimactic. Don't understand what you're supposed to do there. Hot springs or molten showers? Log 3. I've been observing this world since I was just a kid. So when I designed the log recorder for this machine, I decided to store logs on signposts. It seemed thematically appropriate. It's a good thing they're not made from real wood. It's hot here. Even near volcanic springs, there is life. Unable to land. Overly abundant heat. Dispatch. Okay. We have a cannon over there that's asleep. We have some goobles here. We have some more sleeping goobles there. And some goo. And where is the pipe? Oh, there's the pipe. Okay. I believe then this is going to start with building a bridge. Where we need to make sure we don't touch the lava. Do you have some balloons to assist us? Yes. Okay, we've connected that. Looks like we need to connect over to this as well, if possible, to wake up some more balls. We also need to pick up goo from here. Oh. Preferably without doing that. Why did that suddenly happen? And make this a bit more sturdy, I guess. Okay. And I think then we have to carry that goo all the way over to this cannon so it can turn it into goo balls for us. So now we need to build another bridge over this. Annoying when you just misclick slightly and then, as I say, criticism of this game that applied to the first game as well, and I'm surprised after 16 years they didn't fix it. It's very difficult to place things at the maximum distance. Something like Polybridge, it's easy to place something at the max distance. You just drag the node out, and once it's at max distance it won't let you drag it any further. With this, the highlight that shows where the structure will be placed gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and you see here it's very, very thin and then it disappears. So here it's completely invisible, and yet you can still place there. So to build at the max distance, you have to continually place things with no visual indication of what you're placing. And if you accidentally place slightly too far out, the ball just drops into the abyss and you've lost it. They should invert how the placement indicator works, so it's strongest furthest away and then weakest closest. So that way, at the extreme point of as far away as you can build, it would go from maximally visible to not visible at all. LT Bagger says, my mum phoned me so I missed the last 20 minutes. What did I miss? Tell me everything. We completed Chapter 4. Chapter 4 ended in a very unexpected way with some rather self-referential stuff. We then moved on to Chapter 5. I attempted the first level of Chapter 5. I didn't understand what was going on, and I couldn't complete it, so I had to skip it. This is the second level of Chapter 5. We're building a bridge over some lava. We built a bridge this way over the lava. We've now got to build a bridge the other way as well. Hope that brings you up to speed, LT Bagger. Bagger says, interesting, thanks. Hello, Liari. Thank you for redeeming your flower of the day. Okay. Build another bridge. I think we now need to build a pipeline the whole way along. And then use this to shoot googles out. We need to use the transparent googles. They're a bit hard to select at this point, but if we can grab some. Just need to build them all the way along here. And hope that this can support the weight. I don't think we have any more balloons. These ones are kind of doing the job here, supporting this end. So if this was the first game, we would have the whistle available to us. We could potentially try to discourage all the balls from hanging out in one place, because the balls do add weight to the structure, but this game they decided to remove that feature. Yeah. Can we spare anything from here? Really? This one? I feel like we're not going to have enough space here. Yeah, see, it moves around a lot once all the goo balls start landing. I'm going to have to try and strengthen this, I think. Try that. See, when all the goo balls go to the same place, it starts bouncing up and down, which is really not what I want it to do. Right, that should be pumping the goo along the pipe. Oh. Should cause this to spit out goo balls. We still need to get to the actual pipe then, which is in the middle here. Is this going to go on for? Oh, we can actually extract more goo here. No. How do we stop that then? Because that was just happening by itself. Balloons in the middle. Really be nice if all the goo balls were not congregating on this one spot. Okay. How long is this going to keep shooting for is what we're interested in. It says we need 120, so this could be going for a while. Okay, that stopped. Oh, there is more there. I'm going to wait till this finishes before I try and build anything else. Otherwise it might mess it up. Right, I think it's finished. Oh no, there's a little bit more coming. Now I think it's finished. But what I'm wondering is the most efficient way to get to the pipe going to be to chop this off and let it spring back. Problem is all the goo balls are this side. I would really like all the goo balls to be over here. They're not. So given that that's the case, we might have to just build something in the middle. And I would like to use balloons to hold it up, but we don't have any to spare. They're all busy holding up the bridge. We can't have the bridge collapse because the goo balls on the other side of the bridge would be trapped. So I think I just have to build up from here. Doesn't matter what kind we use now. Oops, okay, we lost one, I think everything else is getting in. 149, okay, it's more than 120, I'll take it. Thought that might cause another one to come out. How many could we have got? 161, okay. That would have meant a much more efficient bridge there. So, Molten Showers is going to be next. Okay. Log 1. I should have done this level first. Hello? Is the log recorder on? The goo balls are more vibrant and filled with life than I ever imagined. Structure appears to be remains of a large creature, unable to land. Redirect to avoid damage. Dispatch. Well, something crazy is about to happen. So we have a pipe up here which I think we need to wake up by building a tower. What are you doing all the way over there? Don't want you falling off. I didn't want to build there either. Okay. Yeah, let me just make sure these guys don't escape. There. This pipe at the top is going to shoot out liquid goo, I would imagine, which will then flow down here and to here. At which point we will probably explode this. These guys, we can build with these guys now. Do we want to build with these guys now? Or not? Oh, there's this is solid. I didn't realise. I thought this was part of the background, but it's not. It's solid. Okay, so we need to wait for that to disappear, and then we can build. So we do need to start with this part, and I think we are just heading up to this, to wake up that pipe. So we're making a tower. Going back to its roots. Okay, that is woken up. Okay, that is lava, not liquid goo. So I'm afraid all you guys are going to die. But I think that was part of the plan. And this is going to come down here. Oh, yeah, and then it's going to ignite these matches. Makes sense. Right, and now this is open. Although there is a burning river of goo going through the middle. So, is this permanent now? Because that does seem a bit of an obstacle to constructing a bridge. Ah, okay, no, these guys don't get destroyed by the lava. 15? 16? Might these two be persuaded to come with us? Okay, they can. 18. Like that. Ooh, we got a flag for 38 or fewer moves, and we took 33. We could have saved one more ball, apparently. Well, never mind. We got a flag. It's going to unlock this level. Destination landing station. Okay, it looks like we found the rocket. With giant eyeball attached, of course, naturally. Log 4. Knock knock. Is anyone there? My door is stuck. I can't get out. If I had landed on a nice flat surface, I might have been able to fix it. Been in this machine for a long time, and it looks like I'll be in here for a little longer. It's okay. I'll become another part of the beautiful landscape, like everything else. Maybe I'll spend this time writing an unpublished graphic novel about my long journey. Or maybe I'll count higher and higher and see if the numbers keep going or loop around back to 0. Or maybe I'll try and remember everyone I left behind. Or maybe I'll scratch cave paintings and buffaloes into the side of my machine. To really confuse anthropologists in the future. Or is it buffaloes? I didn't pack a dictionary. What's that over there? Oh, hello little fish. Be careful, don't get too close. Whatever you do, stay away from the very top of my machine. This rocket is extremely explosive. Dispatch. Well, if you're stuck in there, how did you manage to put the sign there? So we have these guys, who I believe are the sticky ones. Yes. Would have hoped I might have stood your rocket upright, but I haven't quite done that. There we go. Problem solved, right? What else is there in this level? Oh, maybe we're trying to get it over there. Watch out for that poor Blade of Doom, which is just randomly there for some reason. Okay, the game is telling me to restart, so I guess that's bad and I lost. Which is not quite what I expected. Seemed like I was doing the right thing. Maybe I landed too... It's like Lunar Lander on the Commodore 64, says Ren. Yeah, I don't remember that having spiky goobles that you attach to the top of your lander. Or the lander having a giant eye. But you're right, it does remind me of that. I never had a Commodore 64, but I do recall games like that in the early days. I think I actually programmed one in myself that came in a book. Okay, touching the saw blades is also bad, noted. Yes, I remember typing one in, I think. So avoid saw blades and possibly land gently as well. Altibago says, same with typing in one in from a magazine, but the ZX Spectrum 128K, yeah, I had a BBC Micro which came from my school. They threw them out when they didn't want them anymore in the early 90s, and my parents got one off them. These being from the early 80s. Okay, looks like we did it. Worlds of Goo.
It must have been a long journey.
Expired milk.
For a long time. There were telescopic photos of familiar places and old friends. They had enjoyed the delicious juice-like product. Everything in the photos had eroded or washed away a long time ago. But it was nice to see them again.
Uh-oh. Stealing the goo balls. Where are you taking them? Uh-oh.
And everywhere the traveler traveled, there sprouted all new worlds of goo.
It's taking over the universe. Okay. Well, looks like that's the end of that one. Are they hinting at a World of Goo 3? Or a Worlds of Goo? Or a Super Goo Galaxy? in years to come? Bear in mind it was 16 years between the first game and the second one. So I'll see you all back here in 2040 for the third installment. Or they could pull a Valve software and fail to count to 3 entirely. That's also a possibility. Altibago says, Worlds of Goo sounds like an MMO to me. Well, this one had a point-and-click game embedded in it. Maybe the next one will be an MMO. Who knows? Special thanks to the Gooballs who didn't make it. Thanks for playing. Yeah, well, that is where the World of Goo series currently ends, anyway.
Hello?
He's still here.
Hello? Everything just went black. Okay, I guess I'll just wait here.
Okay, It does say 98% complete because I had to skip that one level that I didn't understand. So, if we've got a bit of time, we can maybe see if we can figure that one out. So yeah, this one is the only one we haven't done yet. Somebody just gifted me a sub to a streamer I don't watch. Thank you very much. While I'm streaming.
What?
Sorry. I'm just gonna watch how somebody else does this level because I didn't understand it. Quickly. Okay, they're doing the same thing I'm doing to lengthen the ropes as expected. And then they're chaining the things together. And they're building a tower. Okay, no, their tower just keeps going. Their goo ball thing just keeps spitting them out, and they get to 164. Something is not right on what I did then. Yeah, they just get a lot more goo balls. Is weird. Okay, Emma is confused, but we'll try it again. Oh wow, sorry, I was looking at a walkthrough that someone else had posted, and Ren goes and drops 5, no, not 5, 6 gift subs. Not 5. You had to go to the custom thing and type in 6. Thank you so much, Ren. That's incredibly generous. Ren has gifted to Lemon Ollie, J-Per, Burton, Ryben, Doco Nord, and Nemaria. Well, I know at least some of those people come here quite often. So that is very, very generous of you, Ren. Sure they will appreciate those subs. And yeah, I really need to 100% this game now after that donation. Thank you so much, Ren. So I think what I was doing was okay in principle. At least this first part. But yeah, so when somebody else played this level, they just got a ton more goo balls than I did. Coming out of that cannon. So let's see what happens. It needs to be a bit longer. Okay. That's true. Yes, Ren has now given exactly 70 gift subs. That is a lot of gift subs, Ren. Well, yeah, you did. That does mean you skipped 69. Nobody will ever be on the leaderboard with 69 subs now. Unless somebody gifts many more. But that's okay. We don't believe in funny numbers on this channel. Right. Is this all set up how I need it? You are going there. You are going... okay, you could actually do with being slightly higher. Yeah, okay. This one needs to be one level higher, I think. Like that. Go there. You go there, just about. On there. No, actually, yeah, this one probably could be one higher as well. Let's see how this goes. So, yeah, that should do that, which should do that, which should do that. That. This. Wakes this up. And, yeah, the walkthrough I watched literally just did this. And somehow got 160 goobles. So... what am I doing wrong? I never know. Oh. Okay, yeah, well, this this didn't happen last time. This didn't shoot any new ones once I got to the goal. Now it's shooting new ones all the time. Okay, I have no idea what I did differently, but I did something differently. I think we can... oops, don't do that. Okay, that was a mistake. It's probably screwed me over, but I was trying to bring the green ones because these guys count if you get them in. I might as well bring them. Okay, 161. That's more than 80, so we have succeeded. Yeah, see, they're still coming. Obviously now they're just dying in lava. I wonder what the maximum is. Well, the target is for this level. 185, wow, okay. So one difference between this game and the first is you don't get any sort of final score at the end. With the other game, the more goo balls you save, the more you get in the World of Goo Corporation minigame at the end. With this, the game just ends. You don't get a final score for how many goo balls you saved. You either get the flags on the levels or you don't. But yeah, there we go. We did get 100%. So the game shows 100%. I did not get an achievement because we're not playing this on Steam. It's just a direct download from the developer. And so yeah, I know we're only halfway through a typical Emma stream, but I don't really want to start a new game tonight because I'm quite tired. So I think we're just going to end there and start a new game next week. If anybody wanted a botany segment, we can do one before we end. Up to you. So apologies for the short stream, but yeah. Next week I might be there might be some disruption to the streaming schedule. I can't promise we'll get 3 full streams.
1024.
But Sunday's stream will definitely happen. So the plan is the next game I stream will be Cocoon, requested by Ren, but we've already finished Celeste, so we've got 1 free slot. The next thing I'm going to start, I think, will be Factorio. So not the Space Age expansion, just a vanilla playthrough of Factorio initially. And then I'll do another viewer poll on my Discord for the next one, because we'll be finishing Core Keeper soon as well, and that will free up Friday's slot. By the way, if anybody is not in my Discord yet and wants to join, just pop a link in chat that you can use to join it. There we go. Everybody is welcome. You get notifications of my streams. You can chat with fellow Emma enthusiasts. Ren has redeemed Read from Botany Book and would like page 1024. Let's find out which page that is. The advantage to having a random page number is I only need to get 1 volume of the book out. 1024 is... Ooh. Stinking Chamomile. This is a non-native plant. So chamomile of many types is commonly grown in gardens, but I believe this one quite common as a weed in arable fields as well. Chamomiles are part of a family of flowers called mayweeds. The most common and native members of that family are scentless mayweed and scented mayweed. Scentless mayweed doesn't have a scent and scented mayweed does. That's actually the main way to distinguish them. And all the plants in that family have this characteristic appearance, which I'm trying to find a good picture of, specifically stinking chamomile. So they have a flower that's a bit like a daisy. So it's got a yellow centre and white petals around it. Here we are, here's a good of the flower. Bit low resolution, but it'll do. White petals, yellow centre, and all these flowers and daisies as well are part of a giant family of plants called composites. It's actually one of the largest families of plants in existence. Yes, Ren has a daisy there to demonstrate. The outer white petals and the inner yellow petals, so the yellow bit in the middle, those are also flower petals. So the plant has 2 types of petal. Ray florets and disc florets, they're called. And the ray florets are usually quite big, and the disc florets are usually very tiny and bunched together. And in a daisy, the head is more flattened. But in mayweeds and chamomiles, it is rounded like this. Jan says this game looks weird. We've completed World of Goo, Jan. We're doing a botany segment, but welcome in. Hope you're well. I'll change the category then if that's going to be an issue. There we go, I've changed the stream category. Jan says, I know chamomile from my tea. Yes, you can definitely make chamomile with tea. So there are many types of chamomile. both native and in non-native. The one called, the Latin name is Chamomilium nobile, which the common name is just chamomile. That's the one you probably know. That one is native to Britain and Ireland, grows mostly in the south. But there are then many non-native variants. Stinking chamomile, Austrian chamomile, yellow chamomile, corn chamomile, Sicilian chamomile. And the way that how they got to Britain and Ireland was they came in crops because they are arable weeds. So seed for things like corn was brought over to this country from wherever, and the seed was contaminated with the seeds of this plant, and so it's established itself. And as I say, they are very similar. Let me bring up scentless mayweed and scented mayweed as well. Yeah, this is a good picture. This is the sort of picture I was looking for the chamomile, to be honest. That's a scentless mayweed. And scented mayweed. Yeah, this is scented mayweed. And you might look at these and think they look pretty much the same, and they do. There is no reliable way to distinguish them by sight alone. What you have to do is dissect the flower. So you slice the flower in half, and inside the rounded head of the flower, if it is scented mayweed, then there will be a receptacle there, which holds the scent. That's why it's scented. And so there will be a small hollow cavity within the flower head. If it is scentless mayweed, then there will not have that cavity there. So you slice it in half and it's solid all the way through. Stinking chamomile also has a scent, as its name suggests. The way you would distinguish stinking chamomile from a scented mayweed or another chamomile, you have to look at the base of the ray florets, so the white one. Seeing if there's a good picture that actually shows this. There's little black spots. Those are the identifying characteristic. But most of the photos on the internet are not taken with botany in mind. Even the photos that I take usually don't show close-ups of these features. In some future stream, maybe next year, if I do ever get to the point of doing a proper botany stream, I will come prepared with photos of the plants I want to talk about that actually show their distinguishing characteristics. But at the moment I'm just working, since it's just a random choice, I'm working with what the internet has. Here we go. So at the where the ray floret meets the stalk here, you see these little darkened patches. This is that's a chamomile, not a mayweed, if it has those. Altibago says the word chamomile, from the Greek chamomelon, meaning earth apple. Interesting that melon means apple. First used in the 13th century, the spelling chamomile corresponds to the Latin chamomilla and the Greek chamomilon. Either of these have anything to do with chameleons? Anyway, these plants are not actually the plant we're talking about. This is the plant we're talking about, but they all look very similar. I find one that's got more than one flower in the photo. Here we are. This is yeah, to give a better overall impression of the plant and not just the flower. You'll see the leaves here, these finely divided leaves. Those are also common across all chamomiles and mayweeds. Jan is providing a German translation, which is Camilla? Yeah, Camilla. Not to be confused with the current Queen Consort of the UK, who is also called Camilla, but spelt with a C. Read what the book has to say about specifically stinking chamomile. A fetid annual herb of cereals and other annual crops, favouring heavy soils including clay, loam and marl, but can also grow on light soils, including those over chalk. It is toxic to dogs, cats and horses and unpleasant to handle. It is a grain seed casual in Ireland. So yeah, when you hear about seed alien or seed casual, it's the seeds that is used commercially to sow cereal crops is contaminated with seed of this plant, and that's how it spreads and persists. Thank you, Jan, for redeeming Time-Leaved Speedboat as your flower of the day. Stinking chamomile has been a serious and therefore unpopular weed of cereals and other arable crops, probably since the Iron Age. Although fairly resistant to the first herbicides, it was much reduced by later ones and is now mostly relegated to waste places. It had declined in many areas, especially in northern England, by 1970, and many of the records reported in the latter decades of the 20th century have not been repeated. So this is a plant that in areas where herbicides, artificial herbicides specifically, are used, is somewhat a thing of the past in arable fields. It's not a decline that we're too concerned about, given that it isn't native to start with, and also, as mentioned, it's a bit of an unpleasant one. But mayweeds, such as scented mayweed, scentless mayweed, and also pineapple weed, are very, very common arable weeds. So pretty much any arable field you go into in the UK, you're going to see some or all of those plants, and they all take this basic form. Big bulging yellow centre, white petals, and finely divided leaves. Chances are nowadays you don't see this one unless, like not every farm will use artificial herbicides, so you may still come across it. The book is saying many of the records from the latter decades of the 20th century have not been repeated. There are still records. You know, it's not like it's gone completely. Let me get the distribution map up now. So here is stinking chamomile. As you can see, primarily England, specifically southern and central England. But it has been seen in other places. And you see there's a lot of records here. The darker the colour, the newer the record. So there are a lot of older records that have not been repeated, which are these light colours. But for example here, this darkest colour here, this is records made since 2020. So around Dorset, Hampshire, Kent, it's clearly still present in moderately frequent numbers, and it is also found in parts of Somerset, as you can see here. El Tibago says that apparently Johnny Appleseed is credited with the spread of stinking chamomile to the USA, called dog fennel. Okay. You'd think somebody called Johnny Appleseed would be spreading apple seeds, not chamomile seeds. Clearly the apple seeds were contaminated. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with American botany and what plants are or aren't native there. But quite a lot of arable weeds are shared between Europe and North America. Some plants that are native in the UK are horrible invasive weeds in North America. It's funny how that works. Even fairly innocuous things sometimes. Exactly, Johnny Melon Seed, says Ren. So yeah, interesting plant, interesting set of plants. I will point out one more thing, if I can find pineapple weed. As one arable weed declines, in this case chamomile, often another one will take its place. Pineapple weed is also a non-native plant. You can kind of tell that it is because it's called pineapple weed. Pineapples are not native to the UK. They were first brought here in, I think, the 17th century. So if it was native, it would have been given a common name much earlier. Therefore, it wouldn't be called pineapple weed. But the reason it's called that is that it actually smells of pineapple. And the way that you distinguish it from other mayweeds, because it is in the same family as mayweed, is it doesn't have the white ray floret, so it still has the composite flower head, so it has the bulging yellow disc florets. And then it's like it just forgot to grow the white ones. So here's an example of what pineapple weed looks like. It looks very much like a mayweed that's missing its white flowers, which means before it's come into flower, you can't really identify it because you can't distinguish it from a mayweed. But it's quite easy to distinguish once it's in flower because no white bits, and if you're in any doubt, you squeeze the yellow bit and smell, and it does smell like, but it smells more like pineapple flavoured sweets than actual pineapple. But yeah, it's that sort of flavour. And pineapple weed is also non-native. It's also spread through seeds. It's also an arable weed, and that is actually still spreading. It's probably not going to continue spreading for much longer. The reason for that is it is pretty much everywhere now. Okay, here's pineapple weed. So it's been spreading throughout the 20th century. But we are at the point now where it's kind of difficult for it to spread any further because it's everywhere. Because it doesn't just grow in fields, but things like waste ground and farm tracks and things like that as well. And the use of artificial herbicides has not caused a decline in pineapple weed. So although it's in the same family as stinking chamomile, its distribution is very, very different. As you can see, it's absolutely everywhere. One of the most common plants I see at this point, certainly I would say probably one of the most common non-native plants I see, almost certainly. And then if I look at scentless mayweed, so out of scentless and scented, scentless is the more common of the two. So that's scentless mayweed, again found almost everywhere. And then scented. is, yeah, you see it's still everywhere, but you see there's a lot more gaps in the distribution. It's just not as common, but it's still everywhere. So you always check. You always squeeze the thing and see, you know, does it have the hollow receptacle? But most of the time the answer is no. And you can visualize quite well the spread. Certainly in Somerset you can. So if I set this to where is it? Yeah, earliest on top. There we go. So normally the way this is done is the darker square means it's been seen more recently. So later records are like above earlier records. You can flip that round, and so now the colour of the dot is when was it first seen there. You can see there's a lot of dark dots here. Each of these dark dots means 2020, since 2020 is the first time it's been seen in that location. At the same time, you can see actually pretty much everywhere has a dot of some colour now. So it's like in the last few years, it's just finished spreading to the last few places, but it is now everywhere. I mean, this is obviously in Somerset, and then there are other parts of the country where turn the resolution down. There are other parts of the country where it was recorded earlier, and there are parts of the country where it's still yet to be recorded. But it's like, yeah, it's been spreading. When was it first introduced? Yeah, 1869 it was first recorded in the wild. So it's like it's spent the last 150 years gradually spreading to everywhere. And it's just about completed that spread. But it's like it doesn't really do any harm. It fills the same ecological niche as mayweeds, so you'll see it in the same places. Anyway, sorry, I did a bit of an extended botany segment there because we're going to be ending the stream now. So there's no game to go back to. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to Auntie Zara for subscribing and Ren for the 6 gift subs. Again, that was very, very generous of you. As I said, there is potentially going to be some disruption to next week's streams, but there will be at least one, and it will be Sunday. And then there may also be Friday and Saturday, we'll have to see. And the next games I play will be Cocoon, Factorio, and then something to be decided by Discord poll. Probably what I'll do for the next Discord poll is take all the games that didn't quite win a poll before and put them all into one to see what's the out of the ones that didn't make it. What's the least bad one that you might be willing to watch? And then once I've done Factorio, I'll be moving on to more games that I want to stream. As I say, I've figured out that people aren't really watching for particular types of games, so I'm going to start playing more of the sort of thing I want to play, which is things like logic puzzles. So they will follow on from Factorio, probably. I'm going to look for somebody to raid now. If anyone has suggestions for raid targets, do let me know. Expect some people are still live. Yeah, okay. Tofu has ended, but Lana and Brute Force are still live. So we could go there. I'll just check if anyone else I don't usually raid is on at this time. And I'm sure Tibago has some crazy streamer to suggest to me as well. He usually does. Oh dear, I've got a bunch of pictures of flowers open now, and I can't find the link to my list of raids. Here it is. Because we've only been to Brute Force. We've been to Lana 5 times. We've only been to Brute Force once. Lana's partner, who also streams. So that's definitely an option. Yeah, I don't think anyone else particularly is on. Altibago says, what do you mean crazy streamers? I only ever suggest nice people. I'm sure they're nice, but they might also be crazy. I think we'll go to Brute Force today, just because he's not a CCC Anomaly member, but he sort of almost is by association for being Lana's partner. So we should include him in our community more often. So I think that's where we'll go today. Hello, DKW Daft. Welcome in. I'm afraid you've caught us right at the end here. We are just about to raid out. But appreciate you joining us. I'm here every Friday, Saturday and Sunday, starting around 7 PM UK time if you want to catch my next stream. We are going to be raiding Brute Force 242 today, who's, as I say, a good friend of our community. We just get that raid sorted. There we go. If you would like to put a raid message in chat, I encourage you to do so. Let's go with this one today. So I'm going to put a message here for people who are subscribed. And if you are not subscribed, then don't worry. You can still participate in the raid. Because you can, well, do any emotes you like, but here's a message you can copy that has some dancing dinosaurs. DKW Duff says, that was awkward, I know you because of the Iscord. Okay, yes, I now know who you are. And yes, sorry you didn't quite catch us this evening. Well, I'm here on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, and if you'd like to join my Discord as well as Izzy's, you're more than welcome. I've just stuck a link there to my Discord, DKW. If you would like to join that, you're most welcome. So everybody get ready with their raid messages. I will be back probably on Friday or Saturday, I can't promise it, but definitely on Sunday next week. And until then, thank you all for watching, and bye for now.